name is Jera. I teach people how to garden and grow food. I have been harvesting tons of green beans from my garden and I can't keep up with eating them before they go bad. Today I'm going to show you guys how I process my green beans to freeze them. I like to freeze my green beans because it preserves their nice crunchy texture versus canning them. So today I'm going to show you how to quickly blanch a lot of green beans so that you can prepare them for freezing. Blanching is the process of submersing vegetables in boiling hot water for like a minute or two, so that way it will preserve its texture, flavor, and more importantly, nutritional value. So I'm going to show you guys how I do that, plus a little trick that I have to quickly dry off the green beans after they have been boiling or blanching, because if they are not nice and dry before you put them in the freezer, they can get freezer burn really easily. First off, you want to go into your garden, preferably in the morning time, to harvest all of your green beans. And I say do it in the morning because these plants have been absorbing water and cooling down throughout the night, so the bean pods tend to be nice and crisp at that point. If you wait until later, like in the afternoon or something like that, after the beans have been exposed to the hottest part of the day, they kind of get limpy or flimsy. For the best texture and crispness, make sure you harvest your green beans in the morning. Before we get started though, I'm going to clean up these green beans a little bit by removing any kind of stems or little tips here. That way, when it's time to cook with them, they're completely ready to go. Some green beans even have like pointy ends. It depends on what cultivar you're growing. And those pointy ends can be kind of hard and not that good when it comes to eating. So you might want to cut those off. This particular variety doesn't have that, so I just have to worry about cutting off the stems and the top. I like to line them all up with the tops all on one edge. That way I can just slice right through a whole bunch of them at the same time. Now, the traditional way of blanching green beans or vegetables is to boil them in really hot water for a few minutes and then strain them out into like an ice bath, which works because the ice bath shocks the vegetable and it helps it keep, its flavor and texture and color, most importantly. But I find whenever I do the whole ice bath thing, it's really hard to get the beans to be nice and dry. So I actually skip the ice bath part and I dump all the green beans when they're super, super hot onto a large towel, because all of that heat will cause the extra water to evaporate off very quickly. So they are nice and dry within a matter of minutes. So since I'm not doing the whole water bath thing, I cook my vegetables with less time than you normally would with blanching. That way they're like extra crisp, and even if they continue cooking on just a little bit, it's not a big deal. They're still gonna hold, their texture, flavor, color, all of those things. All right, so we have all our green beans prepared. I'm just gonna rinse them off before we start the blanching process. I already have a huge pot going with boiling water. When they're done blanching for 2 minutes, we're gonna drain them out into a colander and then spread them out on a huge towel. Try to use towels that don't have like a lot of fibers or are really fluffy or something like that, because you don't want to get fuzz or like lint in your green beans. Once we pour out those super hot blanched green beans, you'll see like everything evaporates, all of that extra water, everything, and just like 5 minutes, all of your beans are nice and dry. All right, let's dump them in the boiling water and then set the timer for 2 minutes. So the timer did go off at the 2 minute mark, but these beans are like extra long and thick. So I'm gonna give them an extra minute. What you're looking for is for the entire pod to turn bright green. As soon as that happens with like all of these pods, that's enough. That's all the blanching that it needs. So the timing is gonna vary depending on what you're growing. This particular green bean is called Super Productive, and I do have seeds on my website if you wanna try growing it. All right, so that extra minute really helped. They are all evenly, completely bright green. Let's take it off the heat and strain them out. And then immediately dump them out onto your towel. Spread out the green beans so they're like one layer to help all of that water quickly evaporate off. And by the way, this method, this blanching method and process works great for broccoli and cauliflower as well. In about 10 minutes, these things will be nice and dry and cool down so that I can pack them in Ziploc bags and put them in the freezer. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I post about gardening and how to grow your own food on a daily basis. Plus additional videos like this one showing you what to do with your harvest, like recipes or how to preserve it. Thank you for watching.